This 1966 Solar Gold Mustang Coupe has just over 78,000 miles on the odometer. Not 100% sure if it's original or not, but according to the interior it sure looks original. It's riding on a nice set of original steel rims with the wire wheel chrome hubcaps. Tires look to be in great shape. This is what I classify as a really nice driver cosmetic project. The paint definitely needs to be redone. It's got a lot of issues on the repaint. Judging by the car, I'm guessing the car's been repainted once back to its original color, but it's got a lot of little chips and little tiny blisters, stuff like that. You need to go to our website at coyoteclassics.com. You'll be able to see about 20 pictures of the original undercarriage on this car, and most of it's all its original red oxy primer underneath. Very solid car underneath. And as I said before, if you look up and down the sides, just a super straight car. The guy spent a little money and did a little bit of work on the interior and put a nice paint job on it. You'd have a really nice Mustang. As we go into the engine compartment, it still has its factory tag and stuff on there, the 289 tag. I'm assuming it's the original motor still, runs great, it's got power steering, still has its original smog, all the smog stuff on it. This was a California car, a Western car. Lived most of its life all in the state of Washington. Came up here to Minnesota the last, I'm not sure exactly how many years, I'm guessing last 5-10 years. It's been stored inside ever since it got here, which explains why it's so nice and solid underneath. Bottom side of the hood's all solid. Original paint under the hood. Looks like the spark plugs and distributor caps, stuff like that, it's all had a recent tune-up. We also rebuilt the carburetor on it. Radiator looks to be in good shape, new cap, new battery wires. So I mean, this car's been very well upkept. If we look at the top of the hood, how it matches up to the fender, really lines up beautifully. The gap on the passenger side is excellent, but here we're going to see that we've got some chips here. One here, one here. I mean, it's just got a lot of them, guys. It's got some paint coming off right here in this eyebrow, just down to bare metal there. It's got a little star here in the hood. Now, the overall paint as we walk back here, 5-10 foot. I mean, the car looks fantastic. It still has a good shine. I mean, it's just you get up close, it's got a ton of paint imperfections. And I won't get them all pointed out, but it's got a ton of chips and little bubbles. Some little spots right there. Hood gap is really nice over in the passenger side. As we go across here, we do have like a palm-sized dent right here in the hood, right up front, and we have that little star up there. Other than that, the hood's in great shape. Come up here to the roof, very straight and nice. We got two spots here that are down to bare metal. You can see that the paint's chipped there. And then right in here, you can see that the paint peeled along this gutter right here, and just got a little moisture in here, so the paint's just bubbling right up along here. I'm sure it's all solid. It's just you can see right here that the factory seam seal is just pulled away, it's just shriveled up, and let a little moisture get in there. So that'll need to be stripped and repainted. Both corners right here, you got just a little bit to bare metal. The paint's cracked just in those two flex points on both sides, one here and one on the other side. Again, both sides are really nice. A guy could block this car and paint it any color you want. I mean, it's a very straight Mustang with very good gaps in my opinion. We'll go to the door gaps here in just a little bit. Still has single exhaust. Backsplash pan and stuff looks good. Back bumper has some little dings in it. It's the original back bumper. So they're about $100 new. When you guy restores this down the road, you'd want to replace the bumper and stuff and the trim, but very presentable for a survivor car, and that's exactly what this car is. Tires have really good tread on them, as I mentioned before. They're 205 70/14s. Behind the wheel, no blisters, all nice and solid. We got a few little blisters right over here. Again, you got a good lip and everything. It's not full of Bondo, nothing like that. I can't feel any issues on the inside, but we just got some blisters right along this edge here, and then there's a couple down here too. In front here is all good. We got a couple little blisters right here. Check out this door gap right along here. You can see that there is some paint chips along the gap, but really a nice door gap. That door sits in nice and tight. Original handles. I mean, you can tell the chrome is separating. It's got the little checks all over in there. Window gap looks good. Glass looks good on this passenger side. It does have the passenger side mirror. That chrome on the mirror looks good. It's got the original windows in it. Body line looks good right here as you go down here. We have a blister right in this front corner, not right here in this area. Lower fender's perfect, no blisters there. I don't see any issues anywhere in this passenger side fender. I don't even see really any major chips or anything like that. Guess there's a couple chips in here behind the front bumper. Kind of see them. We did put wheel well trim on the car. We had some new wheel well trim sitting around, so we put that on it. Original door rubber still on the car, guys. I'm sure of it. You can tell. Corner of the door looks really solid. Bottom of the door appears to me to have the original door panels and armrests. You can just see enough wear, sunlight wear kind of stuff in it. I'm going to go in here to the inside of the door. Here's your corner of the door there. Your door jamb area. So we open up, we got the flashers in there. We do have the wiper, the brand new wiper knob and stuff. We got a new wiper switch coming as well. So the wiper switch is not in there, it was bad, so we got a brand new one coming. The original Ford AM radio works. Go ahead and shut that off now. Heater fan is working. Original carpet, guys, you can just tell the fading in it. So original carpet, original door panels as far as I can tell. Kick panels are original. They replaced and put a green dash pad in it, so the dash pad's been replaced. One thing about this car that I'm not positive on the miles, there's no way to know, but this steering is super tight. The interior's original, carpet's original, headliner looks original. No holes above the visors, no mouse damage up there. Really, the headliner's in great shape, you guys. Nice and tight all the way back here. Around the back window looks good. Yeah, the headliner I'd leave alone. It looks really good. It's got the front seat belts and the back. Yeah, just front seat belts, guys, looks like. It's got the floor mats in the back and the front. Original carpet. Back seat looks good. I don't see any issues really with the back seat. Yeah, we got a little tiny split here in just the outside vinyl and some discoloration. I mean, it's the original interior. Back door panels are the plastic hard covered. They're scuffed up a little bit. So when a guy does an interior restoration on these, you get those repainted. It's got the rear bench seat. I really love the body on this car, and if you look at the undercarriage photos, you'll see why. I mean, why it's so straight and so true. It's just a really good, solid car, in my opinion. I really don't know why we have all those little blisters. I'm guessing just kind of poor prep maybe in some of the areas, because it seems so solid underneath. So that 289 sure runs well. Again, we have paint chip here, little tiny little scuff there. A couple tiny little blisters in the paint, little solvent pop right here. Under this back window is excellent. I don't see any blisters, paint issues at all anywhere. Same thing with this sail right in here. This is all in great shape. Just that little tiny little paint crack thing there, like I said, and kind of that stress point. Little chip here. Door gap looks really good. We do have blisters over this wheel well. Try to feel it in here. Check how nice this is. You can see his bottom quarter here, to me, looks all original. See that? That inner. It feels really good here. Wheel well feels good. But we do have, like I said, some little blisters here. I don't think you got any issues where they're anywhere all the way through, but when a guy repaints it, you want to strip all that to bare metal. Rocker panel looks great, lower fender looks great. No issues or blisters on this door. Got one, there's one tiny little paint imperfection. Might be a start of a blister, but it's very, very small. Lower fender looks good, all nice steel, original emblems. Couple little clear coat scratches or little scratches in the paint right here, not all the way through. Gap looks good. Corner of the door is good. There's your bottom of the door. It is missing the original door tag for some reason. Not quite sure why they took that off. Probably took it off to paint it, and then ended up. But I don't think they ended up painting the jams. Jam paint looks all original to me. Scuff plates are still the original ones. They're all scratched up. Inside corner of the door looks great. We do have some seam splits, guys, on this bottom part of the seat. You can see here it's just starting to, the little stitches are just coming loose a little. But the overall appearance of the seat for original is not bad. Carries really good oil pressure. The gas gauge is not working. I do have a sending unit ordered for the gas gauge, and I also have that new wiper motor coming, or wiper switch, I'm sorry, coming. So we will definitely have the wipers working for you. Horn works. Temperature gauge is not working either. Not sure what's going on the temp gauge, but oil pressure and amp gauge are working. Motor seems to run really quiet. The exhaust sounds good. Obviously it's just a single exhaust, but it sounds nice. One thing I really like about this little 66 is it's got power steering. A lot of them don't, and it steers so nice. Another reason I kind of think it might be the right mileage is because the front end feels super tight. Very nice response to the steering. I mean, you move the steering wheel at all, it goes right with the car. There's your kick down on the transmission. That's working properly. Speedometer's working. The brakes are right up there too. It's got just manual brakes, but we have a full pedal way at the top. This car's just never really been messed with. I mean, that passing gear is still all hooked up. Engine compartment looks bone stock. It's a really nice cruiser. The 289 two-barrel picks up speed really well. Transmission shifts really nicely. 65 mile an hour already. 65, 70. We're going right down the road. It's not shaking. I don't hear no rear end noise. Just a really good Mustang, guys. The alignment feels really good. The steering wheel's not going anywhere. There's absolutely, I don't have my hands on the wheel this whole time. I'm gonna put them back on here now of a curb. It goes down the road great. Here's your kick down at 65, shifts right back up. It's a great looking 20-footer. If you get up close, you'll see the blisters and the paint chips, but nice looking driving Mustang.